welcome back to my channel. I have a very exciting video for you today. I received this in the mail. So basically Benefit is doing a really exciting competition with makeup artists in Australia. We have to enter our unique brow style, so this is my video. If you are interested in seeing my entry, please keep on watching, but don't forget to subscribe. A very big thank you to Benefit for sending me these beautiful products. I cannot wait to show you guys my entry. So I've already done my base, but it's time for me to do my eyebrows. I naturally have quite thick eyebrows. Even though I did overpluck them as a teenager, they thankfully grew back. And I know that some people don't have that luck, unfortunately. So I'm going to show you how we can create a really unique style brow using all the different Benefit brow products. So first we're going to go in with the brow conditioning primer. You know what, this is a really funny thing. I never actually really thought of using a brow primer until I got into this. And this is basically just like an oil formula, and you run it through your brows and it just really helps keep them in place. And we're just going to give it a couple of seconds to dry. The next product we're going to use is the High Brow Glow, and basically this just adds a little bit of a luminous finish underneath your brows. You can actually go for one that is just more of a matte tone, it's more natural, but I prefer to go with something with a little bit of shimmer because, you know, I love that glow. So we're just going to work on that product just under the arch of the brow. This is where I'm going to put the most product. And then I'm going to push down the product so that it blends out nicely. If I go too harsh and do the whole thing down, it's actually just going to look like a line of product. So we want to just distribute that really nicely and then blend it down. With this, I actually don't take it too far in because I like to keep that area a little bit more natural and just focus it all around here. So that's why I go straight under the arch. So now that I've done that little bit of prepping, I'm actually going to start filling in my eyebrows. I love the Goof Proof Brow Pencil. Goof Proof. The reason why I do love it is because of, that is not the way to open it, this little angled point here, and I love that it's pretty thick, so it allows me to actually get into the really sparse areas of my brow and thicken them up really nicely. The Precisely Brow Pencil is a little bit more thinner at the end, so it's really good for creating a tail, but because I already have that like slightly thinner tail at the end of my brow, I'm just going to use this for everything. So I'm actually just going to start to work on the product at the very front of the brow to just create a little bit more of like a fuller thickness underneath where I am a little bit sparse. I'd like that area to be really nice and full and even. So I like to just work a little bit of this product in this area here and then actually use my Ka-Brow to do everything else. So just using small upward strokes, I'm just going to create a little bit more fullness and give the illusion that I had a lot of fullness there already, even though I do have a little bit more of sparser hair in these areas. So just going back to this brow conditioning primer, I really like the fact that it's given me a really sticky surface to work with on the brow because it's allowing the product to stick really nicely to the actual hair. Sometimes it's really hard when you're going back and forth with a brow product and you actually start to rip out some of your brow hairs because you're going so fast. But because I did leave a little bit of that sticky surface and sticky residue behind, it's allowing the product to stick really nicely. So it only needed like the tiniest amount just to fill in that area there. So the next product that I'm going to use to create my unique brow is the Gimme Brow Gel. Now I've always used this product because I just love that it gives a little bit of color. So I'm using the shade number 5 and I'm just going to start working that product in an upward motion at the very front of the brow. And then I'm going to slowly start to bring it back into the mid-length of the brow. Now to really thicken up that tail, I need something that's going to last a long time. So I'm going to go in with the Ka-Brow in the shade number 5, and the reason why I'm going to go in with a darker color is because I need the tail of my brow to be really nice and thick, because especially in photos and from far away, I want to be able to see my brow and I don't want it to get lost in my dark hair. So just taking an angled brush and just starting from underneath, I'm going to work on that product really nice and softly and bring it all the way around until the very end of my brow. Really gently, I'm going to take it just above the brow and start to fill in the higher arch. I really want this to be the highest point of my eyebrow, so I'm going to push the hardest and use the most product in this area. And then I'm going to slowly bring it out to the tail. So the good thing about using the pencil at the very start of the brow and then the Ka-Brow right at the end is to just give that really nice transition from a really light fluffy brow to something really nice, defined and a little bit darker. So you can see the difference from this brow really filled in and then this brow without anything. Doing a tail just makes so much more of a difference. The good thing about the Ka-Brow is that it is a 24-hour wear and it's waterproof, so you know that there's no wiping off your brows when you're going clubbing or when he takes you swimming on the first date. The last step that I'm going to do is use a 3D brow tone. Now the reason for this one is that it has a ballpoint like this. For me, I am on the darker side of the scale for the Benefit brow products. I'm using number 4 and number 5. But for my 3D brow tones, I'm actually going to use the shade number 2. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because it actually brings highlights to your brows. So it makes them appear a little bit more fuller and a little bit more forward. Those brows that you want to be really stuck down to your face, I would actually recommend in using the 24-hour brow setter. I would use that, and I would actually press down the brow and drag it across. That's if you would like your brows to be a little bit more stuck to the face and a little bit more 2D. But if you want something to be a little more 3D and protruding a little bit more forward out of your face, which is what I like because I like big full brows, I'm going to use the 3D brow tone and I'm going to run it all the way through the brow. And you're actually going to see that in some areas of my brow there are a little bit more of lighter shades. And the reason for that is that from far away it's going to give the illusion that the brows are sitting a little bit more forward. So you can see just really softly now there are some lighter shades coming through here. Now I need some lashes to finish off the look, so I'll be back in just a second. Well, that is the finished look, and that is my entry to the Benefit brow competition, so give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you, Benefit, for sending me these amazing package, and I will see you guys shortly.